Hello, hello, and welcome to my stamp studio. Super excited to be here tonight. I have lots of fun things. Well, I have two fun things for us. Sorry, I'm just a little bit late getting started. My printer stopped, and I need to go and actually grab some things from the printer. Yeah, and today is a makeup-free day. I had my makeup out and packed up in a bag, and I don't even know what I do with that bag now. So, yep, we're going au naturel today. Some days are more fun than others. Let me just tell you that. I'm going to get rid of that scrap piece. Cooper, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. So again, Cooper's in the studio having lots of fun, and he's kind of ripped up the whole thing. And yeah, I actually even forgot my, oh my gosh, I forgot my mat. Hold on. I'll be right back. What did I do with it? I'll be right back. If I don't have my stamping mat, I can't stamp very well. Oh, I'm telling you, it has been one heck of a day. I don't have any room on my desk or my computer or anywhere because I've been trying to post things all throughout the day on the super awesome events. So, let's see. Let's get rid of some of the caffeine here that I had because we'll spill that. So, we'll move this out of the way. Okay, I gotta run to the printer. Cooper, you cannot do this every day. Okay, I'm gonna flip my camera down now. Where did I get my stamping mat? Amazon. I will make myself a note. Here, let me get some paper, and I will post it where I got it. So I'll do that after the video tonight. Yeah, it was Amazon. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's still in my order form, so I have it saved somewhere. Okay. I hope I have everything out. So I have 3 projects planned. I don't think we're going to get to all 3. I think we're just going to do 2. Just because they're a little, they're not hard, just a little time consuming. So hello, Amy. Hello, Beth. Say hello. Let me know where you're from. I'm going to flip my camera down so we can get started. So that way we're not here till 10 o'clock at night. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes. Not quite ready yet. Okay, I think I just took a picture of something. Oh my goodness. All right, so my light has been really acting poorly lately. It's like giving me these waves in my camera, so it looks funky. Cooper, not now. Oh, he's all sorts of anxious and wants to play and do things. Not now. You had your dinner. Go find something to do. Go. Off. Off with you. Nope, he's going to come right between my feet. Knock that off. Sorry. It's like having a child in this studio. I'm telling you. Let's get all my comments here going. Hello, Anne. How are you this evening? All right. Here I am. Okay. Anne, how are you this evening? All right, here I am. Okay. All right, so it is week 5 of our online farmers market. Can you believe it? I'm shocked. Oh my gosh, I didn't even do my nails. Oh, I'm kind of embarrassed. so don't pay attention to my hands. I didn't realize how badly they were chipped. Oh boy, oh boy. Again, au naturel today. At least I have clothes on. Thank goodness for that, right? Because that would not be a sight to see. Just saying. We're just not going to even go any further with that conversation. Okay. Cooper, stop. I'm not going to play with you. All right. Okay. So, super things happening today and only today. So did you see my post for the 24-hour stamp sale? Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you, it's a huge sale. Let me just show you. Let's see if I have my list here. I was going through it earlier today to kind of mark off the things like, ooh, what do I have? What do I don't have? And, oh my goodness, there's a ton. So there's like 4 pages here of stuff. It's almost every stamp set in the catalog, in the annual catalog, that's on sale for 15% off. Now, it's only until midnight tonight. So if you're going to want something, get it tonight. Also, we have our fabulous, well, not we, but Stampin' Up! Has their fabulous, fabulous weekly deals. So let me get to our weekly deals here if I can get this piece of paper picked up. All right, so we have our Pearl Enamel Effects. I think we're going to be using these tonight. I haven't quite decided on it. Oh, masking paper. Oh my gosh, I need to stock up on that. I totally didn't even see that. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to put in another order. I already put in an order today. Our rose, gold, and white striped ribbon. It's 5/8 inch, so just a hair over 1/2 inch wide. The silver and white ribbon, really pretty. Perfectly penciled designer series paper. Yep. Oh, it's normally $12. It's $9.60. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, vellum. Oh, the layering vellum designs. Ooh, how pretty is that? This is really cool paper. If you like vellum and like to have a background, so for example, this is one piece of the vellum. So really sharp, just gives your card a little something, I don't know. I don't want to say decorative. That's not the word I'm looking for. Elegant, maybe? Then we have the Eden's dies, the faux oh my goodness, I lost my makeup, I lost my words. Oh boy, it's gonna be a night, I'm telling you. So just laugh along with me because I'm gonna be laughing at myself pretty much all night. Okay, so faux sea glass shapes. There we go, I said it right this time. Kind of cute. I really do like them. It goes a lot with a lot of different stamp sets. In fact, one of the stamp sets that we'll be using tonight is Season of Chic. And look how cool that would go with those, with the seashells. I'm going to be doing a lot more cards with this. I just got this. I wasn't going to, and I saw some amazing cards. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yep, just like you, I fall for it too. All right, then we have our Scalp Craft treat boxes. I actually have those, so I can show you what those will look like. And those are right here. Oh, you know what? This could be a great thing for a farmer's market. You could put little candies in there. Oh, well, let me just do this. Okay, so this will be our third project. We'll start with this one first. All right, so you got your little box top here. And then you got your bottoms in here. So let's see, there's 10 boxes, 8 boxes in here. All right. So grab the bottom box. All right, so here's our bottom. I only need one of those. And you get music tonight. Okay. Let's see if I'm doing this. So everything's scored for you already. So we're just gonna kind of fold our, I'm gonna fold it this way just to make it easier on myself, just to get it kind of burnished. And then I'll fold it back the right way. All right, so there's going to be our box top. So that's how that's going to go. We'll get that formed real quick. Okay, box top, done. And we didn't have to do any cutting, scoring, or anything. Whoop, whoop. And then look at these gold little dots on there. Aren't those cute? And this is the bottom of the box. So do this the same way. Fold those in. Put that way. Okay, so now, what do we do at the inside? Well, ladies, come on. You have enough stuff in your bag of treats, right? I know I do. Let's see. I think these will work just fine. Yep, $1.25 store. And look, that whole bag fits in there just perfect. Put that in. Let's see what else we can do to make this fun here. Let's grab a little ribbon. Because, we all like ribbon, right? Oh, I found my makeup. Okay, so this is our iridescent trim. This is in the holiday catalog. Oh, it's silver and white. Oh, well. Silver and gold, silver and gold. How does that song go? From Rudolph? Silver and gold, silver and gold. Okay. I am the biggest dork when it comes to finding the starting point of my spools. I really am. Okay. So now I got a hot mess going. There we go. Not too bad. Oh, I'm surprised. Okay. So didn't think this is going to be a super quick treat box, hey? But I mean, come on. For the price, you can sell this easily. You can make a ton of gifts for your coworkers or teachers, or, you know, you're always looking for something for the grandparents and never know what to buy. Let's just cut that. Now you know. In fact, I think what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to find some Jelly Bellies. So here in Wisconsin, we used to have the Jelly Belly factory right down in Racine. And they made the most awesome jelly beans. They still do. I just don't know where it is anymore. So they had an outlet in Racine. So my stepfather just absolutely loves them. And actually, my best friend's husband, it's one of his favorites too. So I think that they are going to get a box full of Jelly Bellies from me. So fill this with anything. You could fill it with some craft supplies. I'm going to make a big old double bow here. And there we go. How pretty. Quick and easy. There we go. Project 1. Woohoo! Fastest project ever. All right, we're going to leave these 2 out because I might use those later. All right, as soon as my finger gets untangled from there. And then we have the Evening Evergreen Open Weave Ribbon. Love that stuff. In fact, I just ordered it before I knew it was going to go on special. Darn, because I use it a lot. I use it for Christmas. I use this color an awful lot. In fact, I even ran out of my Evening Evergreen cardstock. All right, so, yep, that stuff shimmers all over. So, weekly deals. So, check it out. This, the weekly deals go from today until next Wednesday. Use my host code. This is my September host code. If you're going to be ordering the stamp sets that are on sale, make sure go ahead, go to my website, hit the host code link. And in fact, it should be actually on the video description. I think I put it on there. If someone could check for me, that would be awesome. Otherwise, I'll repost it right after. Because trying to do it now at the same time is just, it takes too much attention, and I don't have that much attention. So, let's get all this stuff out of the way. Let's get stamping. Again, I'll bring this back in a little bit. Let's get some of this stuff thrown away. All right. So as promised, I have some really cool things for the crafters in your life. This first one is fun. It's not my favorite of the 2 projects, though. I gotta admit, my dimensional package is by far my most favorite project that I've done in a long time. I'm super stoked about that one. Okay, let's move this out of the way. We'll pull that back in later. Got this here. That's what I need. So people were asking me about my mat. All right. So doesn't it look like a nice little tabletop? It's really a giant mouse pad. What I like about it is if I accidentally spill something, or if I'm working with water, it will actually kind of rinse off. Now I did get a couple marks on there from ink because I wasn't paying attention when I was doing, but hey, it's my work mat. I like it because it's got a little bit of a cushion, so I don't always need to have my my foams out, but I'll still use them. It depends on what I'm inking. If I'm inking a really solid, big solid image, I'll go ahead and pull my piercing mat in. It just works better. That way I get a nice pressure underneath my stamp as I'm stamping. So hello Anita, hello Diane, hello Becky, welcome. Let's see. Whew. I'm a little warm in this sweatshirt. I'm gonna have to take it off. So I'm getting really distracted because tonight, or actually today, I decided to make a roast in my slow cooker. In fact, I decided to make 2. So I have a quick cooker and a slow cooker. So I did 1 in each. Oh my gosh, I can smell it. The fumes just wafting up to my stamp studio here, and oh, it's making me really hungry. So if my stomach growls, I apologize. I'm hoping you won't hear it. Okay, first project. We're going to do a holder for our mini glue dots. Okay. I ordered from Amazon. Like I told Beth earlier, I will put it in the comments in the video after after our show tonight. So now I don't have my measurements written down. Shame on me, I know, but I decided to just kind of wing it. So I'm not really winging it. I mean, I have it all planned out. Please stop. Please stop. All right. I'm going to need a piece of this. And I'm also going to need some 12 by 12 paper. So I decided to go with my Rich Regals today. And I'm going to pull out my, well, let's see. I'm going to pull out, well, for one project we'll do, let's see what colors are in here. One project we're going to do with our Rich Raspberry, and the other one we'll do with our Crushed Curry. Yep, we'll do that. Okay, so let's get started on our first project. So now I did have my dimensions here somewhere. I do want them because this one I had to do a couple of times because I thought I'd remember what they were and I didn't. So, okay. So this has the dimensions for that one. Perfect. Now what did I do? Oh, I wrote them right here on my template. Haha. Okay. That's still not what I want though, because I had my initial starter piece. Oh, just bear with me. Just looking around my desk here. I probably picked it up when I picked everything else up. I picked all my sheets up, so I'm sure that's where it is. Okay, this was today's kit. This was today's thingamabobbies. Oh, there it is. Found it. Yep, we're going to be using our gingham Designer Series paper today too. Okay, I will tomorrow have, I'm going to extend the Cheerful Basket class and the Rings of Nature card club through the 20th, so I'll make sure that it's reposted again tomorrow. I'm not going to have time to do it tonight, and you guys can take advantage of that. So in the Ringed with Nature card kit, okay, let's try it out. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. I'll tell you later. Lost my marbles. Okay, so I need a piece of piece of cardstock that is 6 inches by 8 3/4. So you could use an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. I'm choosing to use 12 by 12 because I can get 2 pieces out of it. So I'm going to cut this at 6 inches. I'll put one aside. Now I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut it to 8 3/4. So let's put my little thing out there. I'm going to go to 8 3/4. All right, so we have a chunk left over for something else. Okay, I am going to put this arm back in, and now we're going to score at on one side, on the long side here. I'm going to measure 1 1/8. Now I'll have all the measurements on project sheets. So if you are on my email list, you will get the project sheet with all the measurements. But you're going to have to watch this video to know how to assemble the box. So I've got 1 1/8. I've got 4 1/4, right? Wait a minute, no, that's not right. 1 1/8, 4 1/4. Okay. All right. So 1 1/8, 4 1/8. Yeah, I'm going to repost that class. So it's a class to go some really fun things. I don't have it handy right now. I packed it away because I was doing something with it, and I'll have to just get some pictures and post that. And then 5 3/8. And then I want it at 8 1/4. So I'll pull my arm out again here and go to 8 1/4. This will give me a little 1/4 inch strip on this side. All right. Now I'm going to turn my cardstock. We can close this arm back up, and I'm going to score it at 1 1/8 again. So I'm doing 1 1/8 because that is the width of this box. So 1 1/8. I'm going to scoot all the way over to 4 1/4. So I'm going just a hair bigger this time on this part because I need to make sure our box top will close. And then I'm going to 5 1/2. All right. So this gives me a little 1/2 inch over on this side, and that's how we're going to be tucking our box together. So now let's get to trimming all of this. We are going to trim, hold on please, I don't have my thing layered the right way. This is the way I want to go with it. Here we go. Okay. All right. So this little piece here is going to be tucked in. So let's go ahead and let's burnish all of our score marks. It's going to make it a lot easier to trim and a lot easier to assemble. It's been a hectic week at work. If I get time tomorrow, I will come on and do a quick little video on the Rings of Nature, the Studio Card Club, and also the Cheerful Basket class. I'll do a quick little video on those. Now, I've changed up how my Studio Club is going to work. You don't have to do a subscription. You can go month to month, totally up to you. You just have to remember to sign up for it. Or you can do a subscription and it'll automatically come to you each month. The perk of that is if you do it for 6 months, then you get a $25 product package from me. So lots of bonuses for you. All right, and I want to trim off, so this is my 1/4 inch side. I'm going to trim this whole amount right over to here. So I want to keep really just this tab right there. So what we'll do, and I want to cut off this excess because otherwise I can't really close my box. So on the side that has your 1/2 inch piece, go ahead from the 1/2 inch side where those two 1/2 inch parts meet, take your snips or your scissors and just cut along this second score line here from 1, 2, 3 to your third score line. This is going to be the top of your box. And then we'll cut over here. And just make sure that you're cutting nice and straight. Okay. Now on this right here, I'm going to just miter that just a little bit because that's going to be tucked in later. And then I want to only take out this little corner, this little rectangle here. I know sometimes these boxes can seem intimidating, especially when you see like, oh, look at this, it's so easy to make. You know, it's not hard. You just got to take your time with it, have fun with it. I've done all the measurements for you. That's kind of the hard part. So it's really not bad to cut this out. Now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to go ahead and, oops, I need to cut this part right here because otherwise I won't be able to close my box. So I'm just going to snip that, and I'm going to give these little guys, these little tabs here, just a little mitered. I'm just cutting off a little bit of a wedge. That's what the miter is. Okay, it's just cutting a little wedge of that off, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Don't worry about it. All right, so down here we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to cut up to my first score line right there, and I'm going to just angle my tabs. Again, this just helps the box close easier. You don't have to do it, but you'll really appreciate that you do. Just saying, it's worth it. Okay, and then this one. All right. So we'll just pull those little tabs off there, just like that. Okay, I've got a really bad shadow here. Let's see if I turn my... Hopefully that's a little brighter. It's really bright in my face. Holy cow. Okay. And now I want to take off this little tab as well. I don't need that over there. I feel like something is not right on my box here. Let me just make sure it's going to close correctly. Yep, it does. All right. I thought maybe I measured wrong. Okay, so really this is what's going to happen. So we're going to form our box, all right? So we'll be tucking these in, all right? Now, the side where your seam comes in is going to be the back. So what you'll want to do is have that close like this, all right? So we'll go ahead and adhere that together in just a moment. And then, I'm turning it to face me here. This little tab will be in here. This one is going to just slide like this, okay? So you really have your box formed just like that. We'll assemble it in just a minute. To make it easier to assemble, I'm going to take my little box. So this is my glue dot box. I just cut off the lid, and I really just measured it. So that's how I got all my dimensions, all right? Oh, that's what I did wrong. Okay. This actually should have been at a little wider than that. Bummer, because now I cut it wrong. All right, we'll make it work, I think. Yeah. Okay, we'll make it work. My paper should have been 8 3/4, not 8 1/2. That was my bad. All right. I'll get all the correct dimensions so when I post it on the project sheet. Okay, let's get to adhering some of this. You want a strong adhesive. You can either use your liquid glue, you can use your Seal Plus, or you can use your tear and tape, whichever you prefer. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just use our tear and tape here. All right, I'm going to put some on this tab right here. So you can tear it or you can cut it. All right. These two tabs are going to tuck on the inside. Okay. So this is the tab that I want to put adhesive on here. Okay. So I've got it here and here so far. And that's really all I'm going to need, because I'm going to put these two together. All right, so now I'm just going to start rolling my box. All right, I'm going to roll together just like that. So I can take my tear and tape off the edge here, grab my take a pick tool, just peel that backing up. All right, so what I like to do is I like to actually take that box, put that right on the inside, get these corners tucked in, because now I want to make sure that this tab here, because I didn't score it correctly, I'm going to have to fight with it a little bit. It's going to go right around this box so my edges match. Okay, there we go. All right, now I don't necessarily have to have that in there. I can pull that out, but it's just nice to help me glue it together. We'll just leave it out. All right, let's grab this piece. I'm making this way more difficult than it has to be. There we go. All right, so we're going to tuck this one in and tuck this in right here. Just like that. I'm going to line up my edges. Just so my box is square. All right, if I have a little piece sticking out, you know what? Just trim it down. No one's going to know. Just trim it. There you go. See? No one can tell. All right. Now, to make sure that that's going to stay in there, it's really kind of hard to get your hand in there. You can, but take something a little taller. So we're going to use our pearlized effects for this one. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the bottom of the box and kind of just burnish the bottom so that tear and tape sticks. All right. Now this I'm just going to leave as a flap like that. I'm not going to be doing anything with this other than just tucking that in just like that. Okay, so that is really going to be our box. We're going to have a piece of ribbon around it so it will stay closed. I'm going to grab my roll. Now, depending on what way your glue dots are on your roll is going to depend on how you put this in your box. Okay, you don't want to put it in so that your glue dots get caught over here. So my glue dots are on this outside strip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it in just like this. And I'm going to flip this over just like that. And I don't want to make this really tight. So now, because otherwise it catches just like that one did. Now I can just gently glide it out. So that's what you have to do. Okay, and slide that in. So when you put your ribbon around there, just don't make it really tight. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just going to leave those in there for now like that until we're done decorating. So I'll just close that up. Now that could be the back of your box or the front. It's up to you. It's not going to matter too much. Your seam is back here, so if you want to have that as your back of your box, you can. So why don't we do that? We'll have our flap being in the back of our box. So I'm just going to lay it on my table just like this. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of designer series paper. I'm going to make my own designer series paper. This way you don't have to buy a lot of papers. You can use the stamps that you have. And since there's this amazing stamp sale, I thought, how fun would it be for us to make our own designer series paper? I think like that sometimes. Actually, sometimes it just all kind of falls together. So it's not really too bad. All right, so we're going to be cutting a strip that is 2 3/4 wide by 11 inches long. All right, just like that. So you can get 3 pieces out of here. And we're going to take this strip and we're going to start stamping. Whoop, whoop. Now, I'm not going to use any dies. I'm just using stamps, ink, paper tonight. Okay, so I used my trimmer, but I'm not going to use dies. Although I might change my mind, because you know what? I always do that. I don't play by the rules, so I may change my mind. And there's no rules to stamping, right? It's having fun. It's all about the fun. All right, I'm just trying to pick some things up here so I don't have such a mess. I'd like to be a little more organized today. I know, it's kind of a shock. Shock to me too sometimes. All right, so in this little box here, I'm going to put my other... We're going to use this one, I believe. I'll put these 2 away in this little box right here. I think we're going to have to make a box that's going to hold those. We could actually use this one too, without the lid. Just saying. So there's a variety of ways that you can do that. Just cut your lid off. Cut these tabs off so you don't have them. All right, let's take our leaf. So I'm going to be using our detail leaf and our I don't want to say it's solid, but our dimensional kind of leaf, and then we'll be using our flowers, and then these 2 things right here. So let's start with our detail. No, actually I don't want to start with the detail. I want to start with our background stamp. So this is basically 2-step stamping. That's what they call this, a 2-step stamping. And I'm going to pull in Mossy Meadow, because I find that Mossy Meadow, Blackberry Bliss, Blushing Bride, and Great Granite work well together. You could actually use Crumb Cake, which, you know what, we might try. I might just try Crumb Cake. And Crumb Cake. So I kind of like these colors together, so we'll give it a whirl. We'll see if we like it or not. If not, I have another piece on my side. All right, so let's start with our Mossy Meadow here. And I'm going to stamp my detail one first. So I'm just going to randomly stamp this on my paper. Now I'm leaving a little bit of room in between because I do want to come back and I want to stamp some flowers. Because we're going to have flowers with our leaves. Because it's not quite the end of, you know, flowering season. We do have some flowers still in bloom, so, you know, can't kick them to the door yet. And again, randomly put our leaves. And we'll clean that off. We'll put that one away. All right, then we're going to take our background image, and I'm going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to stamp on my leaves. So, and I might just do it a couple of times, so I get some different shades of green. So stamp off once, and then I'm just looking through the stamp, and we'll do that one more time. We'll do, let's see, which one? We'll do this one. All right. When you stamp off, though, here's a little tip. So if I stamp off partially on my paper, the next time I stamp, look what happens. So if you stamp off, make sure that you get another piece that's partial, or you re-ink it and stamp it off on your paper. So in this case here, I'm gonna stamp it off there, and I've got a full image there, so I know I can come back and do this one. All right. Now this one is going to be slightly cut off, so what's going to happen is that's going to give me a different look. So I'm going to re-ink it, and then I'll come back and stamp. Okay. That one I think I'll do twice. All right, get this last one in. Okay. I love making my own designer series paper. Sometimes it's, you know, it's just not what I'm looking for in the stash that I have. So I have stamps and I have colors, so I can make my own designer series paper. All right, so now I'm going to grab, oh, I put them on the wrong sheets. Oh, well. Let's go back. So one sheet, I'll show you in just a second, is your detail. One sheet is your kind of your background. So you can see which one it goes, where it goes, on the inside of your stamp case. So this is your background, these are your details. Okay, let me put it the right way. Details, background. All right, let's grab our background flower, and I'm going to stamp this with Blushing Bride. Now, I am not a pink girl by any means, and I really don't care for the color that this is when it stamps. It's kind of ugh. So I like to stamp it off. So I'm going to stamp it off. So it gives me a really light flower. It'll look pretty, I'm telling you, don't worry. And notice that I'm re-inking each time I'm stamping off the paper. Yeah, you're hearing things rattle on my table because I have a couple loose things out. All right, so that looks good. I know, it's really hard to see. It's very subtle, but that's the look I was going for. And now we're going to bring in our Blackberry Bliss, which is going to give it that really bright pop. And we're going to use our detailed stamp now. Now, I really like the seashell. That's actually what I got it for. I'm going to tell you why I bought this stamp set. For the seashell and the swoosh. I really wanted the swoosh. Because every time there's been a stamp set with a swoosh, I have not gotten it. And I keep regretting that I don't get it. So this time I did. I have a swoosh in my stash. All right. Now what I like about this one here is it doesn't matter which way you stamp this flower. So I don't have to be perfectly lined up. It's going to look amazing any way I turn it. Love it. And I'm just turning my paper to make it easier for me to stamp. And if you find a white space that you're like, oh, I probably should have put something there, wait till you're done stamping all your things, because you know what, you may find that you can use one of the other things. Like I could put another flower there, but I think I'm gonna hold off. When you think you need one more of something, don't do it. Just stop. I'm telling you, because if you do one, you're gonna need two more, and then it's too much. So when you think you need that last one thing, just hold off. All right, now I want to grab my blotch of color here. So we're going to do our blotch. And I'm going to do that in crumb cake. Now, I think it's going to be too dark if I do it totally solid, so I'm going to stamp it off. Don't worry, I'll come back and add some more. Turning as I go. Instead of trying to turn my wrist, just turn your paper. And every once in a while, you know, I forget to stamp off, and oh, no worries. No worries at all. Okay. And we're going to just sneak this one in right here. There we go. That's the way I like it. And we'll leave this out. Because now we're going to bring in our detailed little speck image. Splotch. We're going to call that one the splotch. We'll call this one the speck. So I've got my speck and my splotch. All right, so here's our little speck. So here's what this one looks like. Okay. We're going to do this full force. Ooh, I think that's just so fun. Just adds that little, I don't know, that little distressed look, right? And it doesn't have to be lined up on that other splotch. Put it where you want. Oh, I stamped there already, so we'll go over here. You can kind of stamp over some of your other images. It all blends in pretty well. I'll add a little bit more over here. And we'll go right in the end. And now I'm going to just come back and look. Okay, is there a spot that I really need to have something else? Sure. I think right here. I think right here. And then right here. See, I told you if you do one, you end up doing three. Not like I planned it that way. It just works out that way. That and my favorite number is 3. No, that has nothing to do with it. But my favorite number is 3. I don't know why. Just happens to be. Okay, we'll put this little guy away. All right, so that's it for the moment. Now we're going to take our box again here. Tuck that all kind of away. And I'm going to be wrapping this around my box. So decide where your back is, because that's where you want this to end up. So I have a piece longer than my box is, but I did that so that I can kind of wrap my piece around, and I'm just kind of squishing a little bit. I'm going to go back with my scoring tool in just a minute, but I kind of want to get about where I want those to be. Because if I do 3 inches, like this is 3 inches wide, it's not going to quite work because I've got that cardstock in there. So it's a little bit bigger than 3 inches. All right, so I'm going to go back on this side, and I'm just going to lightly score it. Make sure my cutting blades are out of the way. I'm just going to lightly score. It'll help me get everything to where I need it to be. So I'm not even measuring. I'm just looking kind of where I put those folds. Sometimes you don't have to be exact. Just saying. All right. So now see how this piece is much, much longer. But when I do this, I do want to give it a little bit of a fold here. I want to burnish it a little bit. But when I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm straight, okay? Because I don't want to end up wrapping my box and finding out that I'm all crooked. So there we go. Kind of give it a press right there. And again, I'm not folding really hard. Just giving a little press. Just to make it easier on myself, that's all. All right. And so I know I'm going to end up cutting this piece off a little bit. See how it goes over too much? So I know I'll end up cutting it off. So I'm just going to grab my little pencil here. And I'm going to make a mark. Well, let's see. I'm going to do it right about here. So now I'm going to come back with my trimmer. I'm going to cut that piece off. So what am I cutting off here? It's about 1.5 inches. 1 3/4. We'll go 1 3/4. I like to be able to do that and kind of cut it at the end. That way I can determine, oh, I don't really like this side. I like that side better. I have a little bit more flexibility on where I stamped and selecting the best part of my paper. Okay. So I'm just going to tuck this around just like this. Yep, yep, yep. Just like that. All right. And, okay, let's go ahead and adhere this on. So I am just going to take a little bit of my, what I really want is my seal or my tear and tape on the very ends. I want to make sure that that's really going to stick. Okay. And then I'm just going to put some around here, around each of the sides here. Again, don't skimp on your adhesive when you're doing these projects. Okay. I've got this right there, so I'm going to just lay it down. And before I press it down, I'm just going to lift this up and make sure I have this straight. So I don't really have it straight. I want to get it more centered. All right, that looks pretty good. And now I'll press that one down. And I can just start wrapping this around. And before I press my back together, I want to make sure that I have these lined up. Okay. If I run into a situation where that one's just not quite the same, I don't like that side though. I like this flower showing. All right, so I have relaxed just a little bit on here. I'm squishing my box a little bit too much. All right, so now we'll go ahead and just press it along. You can put your hand in there. Just give it a good rub. Now, if you wanted to make this Christmassy, you could do it in trees and pine cones, snowflakes. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this back in here. Again, when I drop this in, I want it to be just like this, so it doesn't catch anything. That's why we cut that flap off, so it doesn't catch on anything. I just want to have one of the dots pulled out. All right. So get that tucked in. If I wanted, I could decorate that top. Don't necessarily have to decorate the bottom. We can decorate the top. We'll just cut a 1-inch strip here because I know that that is 1 1/8. So we'll just do, let's see, 1 1/8. Where are we going here? I'm just trying to see what side of the paper I like better. We'll do this one. Okay. So there we go. So really, we're not wasting too much here. All right. Oh, my little glue dot wanted to stay there. All right. I'm just going to fold this down right here. There we go. Because I'm pressing on my box top, it's kind of catching that. And again, maybe the person that you're gifting this to wants to use it for something else. But hey, that's their prerogative. They can do that. But you gave them a little box of mini glue dots, and what crafter wouldn't like to get something like that? I'm just telling you, those are some of the best gifts for a crafter. Now let's get some ribbon here, and the ribbon I want to grab, let's see, I kind of feel like I want some gold, so I'm going to grab my shimmer ribbon here. And because I'm going to use gold, let's grab our Wink of Stella. See my Wink of Stella? Shake it up a little bit. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your Stella. Shake your Stella. All right. So I'm just shaking these up because they kind of sat for a while. So, and then I'm just going to pull it open, grab my bone folder, and give it a couple smacks. Turn it over. Give it a smack on this side. I could do that before I put it on, but it kind of is cool to get a little bit of spatter on our box as well. Okay. And it also reduces stress, just saying. Crafting is a good way to get out some of the stress in your life. Oopsie. Don't push too hard on that. Now I could do it this way, or I could do it this way. I'm going to choose to do it the top. So it kind of holds down that top, holds it in place. I'm not going to tie it tight though, because I don't want to have it press on the glue dots. So I'm just going to gently form a nice little bow, and I don't want a really big bow because you don't want it, again, attach it to your glue dots. Okay, so we'll give it a tug here. There we go. It almost looks like a little gift, right? So snip that end, snip this end. Okay, now let's put a little bit of our sentiment on there. So we have a couple sentiments here. You are amazing beyond measure. Thanks. Thinking of you. Love you. You make each season of life more beautiful. Wishing you the best birthday ever. I'm here for you. I like that you are amazing beyond measure. Because we're crafters, we measure. So I'm going to take this little strip. Now this was just a piece of basic white. I used my stitched or my stylish shapes and cut out this banner. And we'll go ahead and stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. I really want it to pop. Let's just actually, before I stamp it, oh, that's going to be a little too big. All right, so let's go with another shape here. Let's see. I have my little tag. You know what? We'll use my little tag. So tailor-made tags. I have usually a little stack of die cuts that I already do. We could actually even do that on the front. You know what? Let's do that one. That's kind of big though. I don't know. What do we think? Do we want the tag or do we want the large circle? The large circle kind of covers everything. So I'm like, I don't know that I want that one. I don't know. What do you think? Large circle, tailor tag. I'm going to let you all decide. So just give it a moment. I'll pick up some stuff while I'm waiting to hear your responses. I would do the, you know, the Jeopardy sound, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Do 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 do. Oh, I hope I'm not scaring anyone away. Tailor tag, okay. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. So Amy did post in the comments the link to where I got my mat. I forgot I posted on a YouTube video. Thank you. The mat is like 16 by 30. So it's 16 by 30. I'm having my hands way on the outside. I'm like, oh yeah, they can see my hands. Dork. All right. I'm going to grab my swoosh. I'm super excited. I get to use my swoosh. So we're going to do our swoosh in our Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to stamp it off. Okay, there's my seam. So I'm going to have this be the front. Okay. So I'm going to stamp that off. And let's see. Yeah, we'll do 3. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. If I don't like it, I can always flip it over and use the other side. Okay, and let's do our little sentiment, which was, where is it? You are amazing beyond measure. I just like that. I like telling people they're amazing. Okay. I don't think people tell each other enough. So hey, if I haven't told you today, you are amazing. Doesn't matter what you did today. You cared about someone. You did something for someone. Even though you may not have thought it, you did. So you are amazing. All right. Okay. And I think to finish it off, I'm going to grab a little piece of my, just trying to find an open package here. Here we go. This is my Simply Elegant trim. So we're going to grab this little piece of gold to kind of keep it all together there. And I'm just going to take a little a little piece of it. And we're going to put it right through. I'm going to take my loop, stick it right through that tag. Pull these through. Now I have a little tag. We'll trim these down. And let's go ahead and take some dimensionals. Did you think we were going to like not use a dimensional today? Just saying. Because our next project is all about dimensionals. So yeah, we had to use them. So I'm just using the last bit of strips here of my dimensionals. I go through a ton. Okay, there we go. And just slide that over. Now, when they untie it, they won't lose their ribbon because that little tag is holding that ribbon in place with the dimensionals. So cute. I do like that project, but again, this is my favorite one coming up. So let's get some of the mess cleaned up because, oh, we are going to need space, ladies. All right. Now, you can use 8.5 by 11 for this next project. But, you know, save yourself a little time. Make 2 at a time. You can do it. You can do it with, can't find my words again. They ran away. You can do this with 12 by 12. So, I've taken a piece of 12 by 12 here. So you know what 12 by 12 looks like. So I'm using the crushed curry. And I've taken this and I have cut this down. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention. So this Season of Chic does come with dies. Now, if you don't have a die cut machine, or you're not a die cut person, or don't want a die cut, you don't have to get the dies. So when there's a stamp set and dies as a bundle, you don't have to get the bundle. You can just buy the dies, or you can just buy the stamp set. And to note, the 15% off sale is only up to stamp set. So if you are still looking at a bundle, get the bundle price. You'll save more money. Just ordering the stamp set alone in this case doesn't save you more money. So look at this fun shape. Oh my gosh. I like this. Love it. I think that's going to be really fun to work with. But look, you can cut out your seashell and stuff. But again, you don't need to have this. You can just stamp just like we did without it. But I can't wait to use this one. This, I think, is going to be probably a class that I come up with for January. Just because, it's kind of the, it's kind of blah. It's after the holidays. It's still winter. Well, at least where I am. It's still winter. Nothing's going on. It's a good time to craft. Crafting in the winter is like phenomenal. So that is one good thing about being in Wisconsin, because when winter comes, you really don't want to go out. Especially living by the lake here, we get a lot of lake effect snow. So some areas might get 1 or 2 inches, and we'll get like 6. Yeah. I do not like shoveling snow, and I do not like the cold. But this is where my family is. This is where my job is. Now, this job I can do anywhere. Okay. So, this is our adorable little... Oops, I forgot to put a stamp away. Hold on. I don't want to lose my stamp. Where did I just put my stamp case? Where did I just put it? Oh, here it is. I don't want to lose that. Oh, and I have another one out. Oh, it's my squash. All right, found it. Gotta do a head count on my stamps every time. Because if I don't, I will lose one. All right. Okay, so oopsie, my box fell apart there. All right, so isn't this cute? So this is the Cheerful Basket. I am going to be using the bundle for this one. So here is our stamp set. This stamp set is on sale right now. It is one of 15% off. So if you just want the stamp set, get it now. If you like it, then check out the class. You can always add the bundle to your class. I give it to you at catalog price. All right, so this... Now I tore my little pocket off a couple times because I had to measure it. Holds 2 little Stampin' Dimensionals. Otherwise, you could put little note cards in here too. So depending on what you're going to put in there will depend on the length of your project, the length and width of your project. So This is pretty easy to make. So I cut a piece of my crushed curry. So I took my 12 by 12 piece, I cut it in half at 6 inches. I scored this at 5.5 inches and 6.5 inches, or 5.5 from each side. So I've got that going for me. All right. So that's really kind of the card base. I'm going to show you how to make the little handle in just a minute, because we've got some other scoring to do. So now we've got 2 more pieces here that we need to score, and these will form our pockets. Now on my original one here, my pocket is very narrow, and there's not a whole lot that's holding it on the back. So I changed it up from when I first did it. I wanted it to hold better, because if I'm going to be giving this as a gift or selling this, I want to make sure it's going to stay in place. So what I've done here is I've taken a piece of crushed curry. Now this happens to be, I don't know what size this one is, but I'm going to be cutting it down to be 6 1/4 by 3 inches. So I need to turn, or actually open my arm up here, and 6 1/4 is right kind of on this little edge. So there is a little line there so I can see it. So there's my 6 1/4. All right, I can close this up now because that's all I needed that for. Now I'm going to score on 3 sides at a 1/2 inch, and then 3/4 inch. All right, so I'm going to turn it all 3 sides here, 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch. I mean, sorry, 3/4 inch. Again, 3rd side, 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. So now by doing that, I have a much larger piece that will attach to the back for my pocket, and it will hold it in place better. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to just burnish all these edges. I can put my trimmer away for right now. All right, and we'll trim these. So my original one here, see, I made my little notes. That way I knew I wouldn't forget them. But I do have it written on my side here. All right, so now we need to form our little pockets. So to do that, I am just going to go ahead and trim out these little corners. So I'm just going to trim this little corner here. All right, so let's grab our snips, and I'm going to do that whole corner. Yeah. So I'm going to just go right here. So I'm actually going to that 2nd score line. So I've got my first one, my 2nd one. All right, and then we'll go on this side, just the opposite side, and do the same thing. So I'm going from this 1st score line. Oops, no, this 1st score line here to that one. I'm trimming this off. 2. All right. I don't want to trim my sides off because those are where my pocket is going to be. My pockets is going to be. All right. Oh, I wanted to cut a little bit more off. Hold on, please. I just need to cut a little bit more. I need to cut this little section off too. 2. All right, so on this piece, I'll show you. So I'm cutting really this whole little section out here. And I probably should cut that a little straighter. 2. So this box to me is a little easier than the glue dot box, right? So here's the 2 pockets that we have, just like that. Now, before I assemble my pockets inside, I want to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to make our little holder here, and I'm also going to decorate the front before I do that. All right. So what I'm going to have to do, move these pieces off to the side, move this off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my die cut machine. And I need a die. So let's see here. I didn't write down which die I used last time, so bear with me while I find the right one. I think that is in our seasonal shapes. Where is my, oh, is it this one maybe instead? Let's see. Oh, is it this one? It is. All right. So it wasn't seasonal shapes. It is our fabulous frame dies. So look at that right there. And this is the one I've cut. So what I'm going to do here, I am just going to, before I do this, I want to take my ruler here. And just because I want to make sure I'm kind of centering it, I want to go about a 1/2 inch. No, I want a little more, 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to put a little dot right there. And then I know that this is 6 inches wide, or I'm sorry, this is not 6 inches. It is 5 1/4. Wow, I told you completely wrong before. Yeah. So I think I measured this wrong. This should be 5 1/4. let's get our little things here. Like I said, I changed up the sizing. Yeah, it's 5. We want this at 5 inches, so I need to cut that to 5 inches. So it's 5 by 12 inches. So let me trim this down to 5 inches wide. I don't know why I thought it was larger than 5 inches. Well, that looks to be the same here. Yep, 5 inches. That is not right. Okay, challenges in trimming today. So this is where it should be, right? Oh, all right, 5 inches. 5 inches it is. Okay, so 5 by 12. Still, you're scoring it at 5 1/2 and 6 1/2. All right, so going back here, I know that 2 3/4, or 2 1/2, I'm sorry, is the middle. So I want to measure that here. Okay, so right here is really where I'm going to die cut. So let's get our plates. Now, in this case, I do want to use my magnetic plate and my other plates if I can find them. And you don't have to use a magnetic plate, but just for the sake of the video, it just makes it easier because I can't really see all that well when I'm doing this upside down. So I'm just going to take my little tag here, so you can kind of see that I'm centering that. Oh, I'm centering this right there. All right, now just to make sure that I'm doing it where I need to, I'm going to bring in my other 2 pieces here. So this piece measures 4 3/4 by 4. My designer series paper is 4 1/2 by 3 3/4. So I'm just going to lay this here, and yep, that looks good where it is. I don't have to worry about it going into the section I'm working on. So there we go. Make sure it's straight. Make sure my 2 pieces are lined up. Okay. There we go. Come on. I keep moving it. All right. I'm going to stand up. All right, good enough. Now, let's get my cutting plate here. And let's slide this in pretty far, because I don't want to cut down here. I don't want it to crease any. So what I really want is this to be right here. Oh, it just moved, didn't it? All right. There we go. That's a little better. I'm just going to pinch that so I can pull it down just like that. We'll run it through. I'm not going to run this through all the way. So I'm just going to run it past where my die is. Run it back. And I did run it through. I'm going to run it through a second time. Reason I'm doing that is because I'm cutting through 2 pieces of cardstock. And I want to make sure that it got cut. Alright. I don't typically cut 2 pieces at the same time. But in this case, I do. Alright. So they're the scraps. You can use them for something else later. Alright. If I wanted, I could actually run a... I'm going to step this up a little bit, and I'm going to grab a 6x6 embossing folder. So let's see. I'm just seeing which ones I have here. I think we'll just do the tiny one. I just want a little subtle something on there. Although the bricks might be kind of cute. Let's use the bricks. So now when I run this through, I'm only going to run through one side at a time. Bring this back in. Turn it this way. And I need my base plate and my embossing folder, my embossing plate. Now this is a 3D folder, so that's all that I need for that. And I want my bricks to go this direction. So I'm looking for where my score line is. And really, there we go. I'm going to run this through sideways. Then I'm going to turn it this way and do my other side. Ooh, how fun is that? That's going to turn out pretty cool. I love embossing. It just adds so much depth to a card without having to do much. It's one of those easy, quick and easy things. I like my cards to be quick and easy. Because there's times where I have to make a large number of cards all at one time. So have you seen the post I did so far on Facebook and on my website for different stamp sets that are on sale? I have quite a few more to post. So in the next couple hours I'll be posting several more. Alright, so now I'm going to just be putting that. So let's see. Which side do I like better? Do I like the more muted, or do I like the large check? All right, you all get to help me decide. I think actually, because we're going to be putting a little basket on there, I'm going to go, I don't know, I kind of like this side. All right, I'm going to let you guys decide. The small check or the large check? Small check or large check? While you're figuring that out, I'm going to bring in my stamp. And I'm going to bring my gray granite in. Okay. So all I'm seeing on the post are the last thing I had asked. So let me know which you like. Hi, Charlene. The large check. Okay. All right. We'll go with that. I have 1 for small check, and I think I've got like 3 or 4 for the large check. All right, so I'm actually just taking my gray granite here, and I'm going to stamp my gray granite basket. Just like that. And I want to pull in, let's see. I'm going to pull in a scrap of soft suede here. And you know what? maybe right after the video, so I really don't have another project, maybe I'll hop on right after this and just do a quick flash of some cards in a stamp sale. So I'm going to go down and just grab something to drink and I'll come back up. But let's finish this project. I just need soft suede. Why can't I find my soft suede? Because this was what I forgot to pull out before. Alright. I just need a little chunk of it. Okay, let's get our things cut out. We have one more thing to stamp before I cut. So I've just got a scrap of my basic white here. And I'm going to bring in, so I stamped my basket. And now I'm going to stamp these little crafty tools. And I said crafty, in case you were wondering. Sometimes my allergies and stuffiness makes it sound like something else. It wasn't something else. All right, I need my black memento pad. And now I just need to get a couple of blends so I can do my coloring. So we'll grab in, let's see, we'll grab basic black. Well, I guess we'll grab smoky slate instead. Let's see, what are the colors? We'll grab Poppy Parade. And what else do I want to stamp in here? We need a color for the paper. Let's grab our So Saffron. We'll do the light So Saffron. And we'll do the dark So Saffron. And let's see, what other colors should we pull in? I feel like a really, I don't know, maybe a blue. Maybe, I think that'll be pretty. Okay. So a couple of you that have ordered the In Color Club, I've ordered all this stuff. I'm having a problem with PayPal right now. So I will probably just contact you directly about just paying when you come and get your stuff. PayPal did not want to work. In fact, nothing on computers wanted to work today. It was rather a frustrating day. The last couple of days have been like that. I don't know what's going on in the internet world, but Zoom failed today. It was rough. It was a rough day. All right. Let's color this in, and then we'll get our stuff die cut. So I'm going to just bring back in my scrap paper here. I like to have something, even though I have my mat here, I still like to have something underneath my projects when I'm using my blends. Okay. Let's grab our dark smoky slate here for our scissors. Now I'm coloring a little bit beyond where that stamped image is. It's going to be hidden, but I'm going to color in my, we'll do one marker in the dark. Oh, that was light. We'll do one marker in the dark. Oh, that's really pretty dark. Darker than I thought it was going to be. Okay. And you know what? We'll go ahead and do that one right there. I know this is the most fun part, watching me color, right? Okay. We're going to take our So Saffron and color our pencil in. We'll take our Poppy Parade and color our eraser in. And then I'm going to color this other one in Poppy Parade too, while I have it out. All right. And we're going to use our light smoky slate for our little keypad back here. iPad, whatever it is back here. Phone, I don't know. I haven't figured out what that is. And I feel like I need to color this just a little bit. So let's see. Nah, I'm not going to. We'll just do it then. Okay, and let's get our dark poppy here, and we'll color in our ribbon. And again, use the colors that you have. If you have markers, this is still a great set to color with markers, because it's not a really big image. So you won't really notice your kind of the streak marks from a marker. Same with colored pencil. And let's just take our, grab our marker this time. Just coloring in my paper. I said marker, I meant blend. All right. And I need something for those two things. So let's see. We'll grab, I don't know, gray granite, I don't know, crumb cake. You know what, we'll grab a light blue. Yeah, we'll do blue. We'll use our balmy blue. So I'm just going to color my markers in balmy blue here. I just felt like it needed some color. It was too plain. All right. And then we'll take our dark balmy blue, color in our pencil. I mean our scissors. You know what that shape is. Okay. Now I'm ready for die cutting. So that actually went pretty fast. I'm just going to trim this down so I can fit everything on my die cut machine at one time. So I do need a little, I'm going to need a little sentiment tag. So let's pull our fun frames again and let's see what we have in here for a sentiment tag. That's kind of big. That's kind of big. Yeah. All right. I need to have something else for my sentiment tag. All right. And I just realized there's something else I wanted to color in here too. So I'm going to go with my dark smoky slate and I'm going to color in the screen. There was so much white there, I felt I wanted to blend in a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. Frame. What do I want for a frame? So I just need to grab something with a frame here. And let's take a look at our sentiments. So the sentiment I originally used was Inspired by You, right here. I thought that was really good for a crafty person. There we go. And I think I use my heron habitat. As soon as I can find it. Let's just pull up. Here it is, right here. I like it because it's got little hearts on it. Okay, so we'll do that one. And grab another piece of white here. All right, so I got my white, this and this. And so now let's pull in our fold basket dies. Okay, so this is going to be the die that we're using. If I wanted, I could actually just cut this whole thing out. So we can take a look and see how that looks. Just so you can check it out. I'm going to put that there. And we're going to grab a couple little hearts here. So let's see. I want to grab a scrap of something. I think we'll use the Starry Sky again. I suppose we could use Poppy Parade too. We'll use Poppy Parade. Or Starry Sky, whichever one I grab first. Okay, Poppy Parade. Oh no, we are not going to use the little hearts. We are going to use our pearlized embellishments. I forgot I said we were going to use that. So that's what we'll use. All right, so we got that. And I think one of my most favorite parts about this whole thing is this little handle that you can make. So stinking cute. All right, and yeah, I think that'll be it. We could do one more piece. We could do our little kerchief shape. All right, let's pull in our die cut machine. Got all these little pieces here. Oh, what did I just do with that? There it is. All right. Oopsie. There it goes. There it goes. The stack of papers just fell down. Right. Again, I'm just going to use my magnetic plate for for sake of trying to get this crank through. All right, so I'll tear this piece off. And I'll slide through this way so you can see all the stuff I'm doing. So I'm just going to turn this one this way. I'll put this one up here. I like to put my dies at an angle or straight so it doesn't, when you put it in like this, sometimes the roller just doesn't want to roll right. So if you just put things at an angle, the roller tends to work a little better. All right. I'll get this one here. Right. And we'll put this one on, and I'm hoping I'll have enough room for my basket. Turn it this way. Okay. Just get that all lined up here. Hopefully it's lined up. I'm upside down so I can't see. And we'll have to cut that separate. Okay. We'll just cut these for right now. Here's our little pieces. So now, when you're working with their magnetic plate, if you have problems with it sticking, grab your Take-A-Pick tool. And the sticky from your Take-A-Pick tool will help you lift those things off. There we go. All right, we're going to put all these pieces right there. We're going to bring back in our die cut machine and cut our baskets. So again, like I said, I want to cut a little bit at an angle. It just makes it go through smoother. Right. Hopefully I have that lined up pretty well. Okay. Oops, Cooper, you're gonna move. Okay, look how fun this basket is. Let me put it up against something. That's pretty cool. All right, let me just get all my little pieces here so I can put them all in one place so I know where they are. All right. Got our little die cut pieces here, and we can start assembling things. All right, so let's get this going first, and then we'll assemble it to the card. So what I'm going to do here, let's just adhere these two things together. So I'm just going to use my seal. Again, because it's for a project that's going to be sold or used a lot, I want to make sure that my adhesive is well used. Okay, I'm just going to center that right on there. Now, let's take our basket. I should have really, and I keep forgetting to use this, I used my adhesive sheets because it would put adhesive on the back of there and I wouldn't have to putz with it, but now I'm going to have to putz with it. So, let's grab our adhesive out, and I have my mat in the other room, so we're going to wing it here, ladies. Okay, so I got a little bit there. Sorry, I'm concentrating on actually getting it on the cardstock, not all over my hands. All right, so now I'm just going to center that on just like this. So I'll just slide it over a little bit. Oh, now it got stuck to my fingers. Darn it. Okay, good enough. That's okay if it's popped up a little bit. All right. So there's that. And we're going to put our little crafty items right behind there. So what I like to do here is I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And I'm going to grab my large ones here. Okay, I am going to actually put this on the back up here. peel. Oh, I don't want to peel those off yet. Let's see if I can put them back on because I don't want them off yet. No, they're going to be off. All right. So this way I can actually just layer this right on. I can line it up and I know it's going to stick already because it's going to be right there. All right. We'll add a couple more here. One more up here. All right. Get these all peeled off. And we'll stick this right in the bottom. Just like that. Oh, I should have put this on before I put that on. I always forget this piece. All right. So I'm going to gently pull this up. Maybe. I've done this every single time I've wanted to use this little napkin. I've forgotten to put it on. I don't know what it is, but I think it's the coolest thing, but I keep forgetting to add it. All right, let's get some other glue. So when you watch your class videos for this, you're going to laugh because I've done the same thing. I'm hoping I didn't swear in them. I may have, though. I do not swear on YouTube, though. Or my, I don't swear here, though, because it kicks me off. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of glue kind of all over the place here now. Because I had to pull it off. All right. Okay, so it's looking a little messier than I had planned. Just make sure you do that first. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a stamp pad and we'll go ahead and stamp our little expression. I am going to go ahead and stamp it in, let's see, you know, I'll stamp it in Poppy Parade because I have that right in front of me. So we'll grab our little sentiment here, inspired by you. Oh my goodness, how did I get red all over my hands? All right. And oh, I keep getting this red all over. Where is this? All right. Not happy with that. I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna run this through again because I got red all over my hands and I don't want red on there. So wash my hands really quick with my hand sanitizer. I think I'm gonna have to make a hand sanitizer thing. Hi, Shirley. And there's Jai. Is that how you say your name? Or is it a silent J? Run this through one more time and hopefully this time don't get it all messy. All right. Now I will upload this to YouTube. I did upload the other weeks 3 and 4. They're uploaded. It took forever. It took me like 2 days to get those uploaded. I don't know why. The first 3 times I tried it failed. I think because the videos were so large. So that's why I want to make sure that I keep this under 2 hours here. Trying not to touch that stamp pad on anything so I don't get it all over my hands again. You know what it was? It's from my Stamp and Scrub. That's what it is. Okay. All right. I am just going to put this, well, I'll put it over here. We'll put it on some dimensionals. Okay, there. Right here. Okay, I'll put it right up there on top. And let's see, now let's put this on the front of our folder here. Okay, so I'm just going to take some liquid glue. I'm going to put enough on there. Because remember, it's got to go in all those little crevices on our embossed piece. Now, if you wanted to decorate the back, you could do the same thing. Make the same little design. I'm just going to decorate the one side. All right. Now, let's add some of our pearl effects. So we're going to shake them up really good. Now, this is a really dark one, so I'll pull this out so you can kind of see what they're going to look like. So this one's kind of like a black. Now it's got a fine tip on it, but you don't want to squeeze a whole lot. So just kind of do a little dab. So you can make them bigger. Whoopsie. Just make sure. It's kind of like, it reminds me of making cookies, like Christmas cookies, the pressed Christmas cookies. You just got to be careful how much you squeeze on there. So the black might be fun. Let's just see what the red's going to look like here. I kind of like the red. All right. So let's just go ahead and now while they're kind of like popped up right now, like with little wisps and points, that will settle down. Yeah, we'll do another one. I don't know. We'll put like 3 or 4. Not good enough. Okay. Let's throw that away before I get it all over. All right. Just let that dry. Should have done that first. Yeah, I should have done that first because now I'm going to have a problem with putting my pockets on. Okay, we'll get going on our pockets anyways. So I'm going to grab in my tear and tape here, and I'm going to put it on these 1/2-inch strips. All right. Just like I said, it gives me a little bit more sticky coverage and holds my pocket better. On my original one, I only had like a 1/4 inch wide strip, and it just, I don't know, I didn't feel like it held all that well. So changed it up, added it on. So we'll do it on both pieces here. Again, you can cut it, you can tear it. It's pretty easy to tear. But I have my strips right here, so I might as well just use them. Okay. I am so happy tomorrow is Friday. How about you all? Although I'm on call this week, so it really doesn't matter, so it's always fun. But hey, that's what I get paid the big bucks for. That's what I keep telling myself. All right, so now I'm going to pull these off. If I have a little bit that kind of went over, I just fold it up on there. All right. All your little confetti strips all over now. All right. We're going to take a box here and pray that this doesn't get all over the place. All right, so I'm going to do the bottom here so I can see. Oh, this is just not going to go well. All right, I'm just going to have to let it go down. All right, so I'm lining up this edge with my little score. So I'm trying to go actually just right above that little score line. All right, and then before I press down too hard, I'm going to fold in my sides, just roll them right in, and there we go. Oh well, I didn't do too bad with the smearing in the front. All right, this is going to be the fun one. I gotta gently put this down so I don't make too much of a mess. If I do, I will just find larger embellishments to cover because I didn't plan ahead. On my original ones, I used some heart-shaped resin, pearl resins. So, okay, so I want to just make sure that I'm not pressing too hard on the front. All right. Okay, I only have one little schmear. Well, we can figure out something with that one. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to press along there. I'm going to try and do it here without touching any of that stuff there. I might have to come back in and do it later. Okay, so now I got my two little pockets there. Let's grab our dimensionals. And we're going to slide them right in those pockets. Okay, where's my other pack of dimensionals? All right. I'll just use that one right here. Slide that one in. Just like that. Although this one is a open pack that had a lot of extras in it. So let me grab a different one. There we go. Okay. There we go. Let's get this out of the way. Now let's get in some ribbon. Now, on my original project, I'll bring that in, I used the, where'd it go? I untied it and I put it somewhere. I used the silver threaded twine, but I kind of thought this would be a little fun as well. So I will just retie a couple little bows here. Here's my piece for this. So we'll tie this one together. And I don't tie it really tight because I want it to be somewhat loose. I don't want it to tear my little handle. Oh, I did decorate both sides on this one. So I did the same exact thing on both sides, pretty much. Just like that. All right, so on this one, we just did the front. So this one, I'm going to take and cut a piece of this. And no, I didn't really measure. I just know how much I need to tie a bow. Okay. Tying the bow. So this is kind of fun. I don't know if you can see it. It's like braided, and it has all these little iridescent fuzzies in it. So there we go. All right, so that is our third project, even though my first one was just kind of a box put together. So let me pull these in. So let's see. So this is project 3. So this is a dimensional box. Great to give to a crafter. I mean, what crafter wouldn't like getting this cute little bag? And the fact that there's dimensionals in there, oh, even better. So yeah, so that's one. And then we had our little glue dot box. So all they have to do is untie this from the top and pull it up. Now, if you really wanted, we could take this little glue dot right here that's causing me a little bit of grief, and we could actually put a glue dot right in the bottom of our box. So I just put it right there to put my ribbon on. That way that piece doesn't go anywhere. The piece in front is being held together by the tag. All right, then we just tie our bow again. This is another really great thing too. So here we go. So very cute. And then our original little box. Our box full of candies. So I will come up with a cute little design for this, and I don't know, I might just put it on my website. But this is one of the scallop boxes that are on sale during the weekly deals. So check them out. Make sure you go ahead and use my host code if you're ordering. And let's see, what else? I'll put this up on YouTube. And if you are part of my email subscription, you will get the project sheets for this. So what is a project sheet? It contains the pictures, the measurements, and all the supplies that I use. So that's what a project sheet is. My tutorials include step-by-step directions and color photos. The project sheets just have the measurements and materials and pictures. So thanks for joining me tonight. Have a great weekend. Spend it with some time. Oh my goodness, you know what I usually say. Spend time with people you love and who love you. Take care. And I am actually going to come back on in about 15 minutes. I need to clean up my hot mess here. And I've got lots of cards to share with you for some of the specials for today. So come back and watch. Bye.